Hey there, Eagle Force fans. Today we're taking a look at Wild Bill Cowboy Commando. And here's the card, and if you'll notice, this card looks different than the other ones that I've shown you in the past. This one still has the bubble on it because, for anyone who doesn't know, this is not packaged in collector-friendly packaging. It's not a bad thing or a good thing, I'm just pointing that out. Collector-friendly packaging means that the entire card is encased in plastic and you can just slide it out, and I'll have to do some sort of a little video or something showing you the difference if you're not aware of what that is. This is a bubble that I cut off around the edge to get the figure out. So let's take a quick peek here at the back of the card. This is the cross sale for this figure. Roll call, Eagle Force Classics. Now, I don't have any of these three, and I'll be really honest, I'm not entirely certain if these have been released yet or not. I'm still learning about Eagle Force and the releases, and there's so many different things all over the place. So I'm not exactly sure if these have been released or not yet. Down here you've got Wild Bill, Cowboy Commando. Wild Bill is one crazy cowboy. The word fear is not even in his vocabulary. So says Captain Eagle. And then over here, if you want to read a little bit about the character, take a quick pause here, read through that, and then continue on. But anyway, I'm going to make a quick mention. Usually this is where I fling the card back at the camera and then take it away and do really cool fancy YouTube video related stuff. But I'm actually going to point out something before we get into closer look at the figure. Notice in the bottom left corner here, you've got a couple little logos. You've got the Fresh Monkey Fiction logo right here, and you've got the Chicken Fried Toys logo right there. So Fresh Monkey Fiction and Chicken Fried Toys released this exact same figure in packaging that resembled their specific lines. Chicken Fried Toys released a Dime Novel Legends version. Fresh Monkey Fiction released an Eagle Force packaging version. So if you see two different versions out there, they're really the same figure, the same figure, not character, but they are characters' figure. If you're a completist, get them both. If not, choose one and be happy. Anyway, now let's take a closer look at the figure and do the fancy YouTube transition. Alright, here we are closer to the figure after that fancy YouTube transition of mine. And before we give either company a big round of applause with our hands, wait a minute, something's missing. Look at these accessories. We only have a few accessories compared to all the other Eagle Force figures that I've looked at. That's because Chicken Fried Toys released this figure, and I'm not trying to knock them and say, oh, they put out so few accessories. I mean, they put this figure out based off of how they release their other figures. You know, they find what looks to be the appropriate, accessories based off of all this stuff. So we get fewer accessories here, and you know what? I'm actually okay with that. I'm enjoying and loving the Eagle Force line, but I'll be honest, there's a lot of hands to keep track of, and if you lose one, they're small. You might lose one. So, hands can be fun here and there, but I got to admit, this is a fun break. So, let's take a peek here. Sorry, scratch that. Let's look at these accessories. You get a Chicken Fried Toys figure stand, which has 3 points, 3 pegs to choose how to mount this figure on there in different ways or whatever. You get this cowboy hat, which is cool. You get this pile of rope to wrap around wherever, the arm, the shoulder, across the waist, and you get a couple of these. And, alright, y'all get ready to roast me here in the comments. Are these 6-shooters? And these might be 6-shooters, because I'm looking at it looks like that to me. If I'm wrong, let me know, and I know you will. But if I'm right, oh, please praise me. Praise me for getting the name of a gun right. Just please. Anyway. So what's fascinating about this figure here is that he's gold. Good timing. Gold can be heavy, I suppose, and down he goes. So why I find this figure fascinating because he's gold is this is like a modern update of the old Eagle Force figures, and truthfully, I've never heard of Eagle Force before Fresh Monkey Fiction. So I've got no tie, I got no connection to the little itty bitty, yeah, there we go. 2-inch figures that are metal, and some people love them to death. I look at them with modern, current eyes, and I think, man, I wouldn't play with those. But they're metal little gold toys. And the whole Eagle Force line apparently was all gold. And so that's why this is an Eagle Force Classic. This is an updated modern version of a gold figure. And you know what? I'm okay with it. This is cool. I like this. For some reason, I like this gold a lot. And even looking back here, the way it's drawn, I mean, it actually doesn't really look gold. It looks more like a brownish tan dust or something. I don't know. But I like this. I actually really like this. I think it works pretty good for what it is. He's got the red bandana. He's got some sort of a bandolier. It looks like there's pouches, maybe some bullets on there. He's got the Chicken Fried Toys belt that I absolutely love, which I hear might be going away, but we'll find out, I suppose, soon, where it's the belt and you've got these pieces separate. I love that these are separate right here. I really like them. Yeah, there we go. But I like how they're separate. You can move the holsters around, put it where you want. You could put it on the back side. You could put it on the side. You could put it more in the front. Wherever you want this guy to be able to draw from, you can put it there. And I find that really cool. He doesn't have a peg hole, and correct me if I'm wrong, here's another one you can get me on. Is this removable? This little circle right here, I think is removable. I think. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. Anyway, so the articulation is different than the Fresh Monkey Fiction Eagle Force figures. If we can get this dude to stand. We'll bring in here whom I call currently at the moment Victim, and if you've seen another video, you'll understand why I can't get him to stand, why I refer to this figure as Victim. But first off, well, here's a good height comparison between a Chicken Fried. Come on, dude, stand. I know you can. This is not a bad look for the figure. This is my paper down here. It kind of bunches and so forth. But anyway, here's a good comparison height-wise from Fresh Monkey Fiction and Chicken Fried Toys. So they are a little bit different in height. The Eagle Force figures have a rotation at the thigh, which Chicken Fried figures don't. They've got the double knee joint. They've got actually a lot of other things. I'm looking around here real quick. It looks like they got pretty much everything else that you need. They don't have a boot cut. Funny enough, Chicken Fried Toys figures, they have boots, but they don't have a boot cut. Now, I'm just roasting there. Anyway, there is a articulation. Kind of. This is such a tight boot, you can't really go anywhere, but you can pivot. Or is that a rotation? Yeah. You can move back and forth. This figure is pretty tight, so you may want to heat this up when you first get it, just in case. You don't want your nice, cool figure to break, right? So he can do the T-pose, if you're familiar with Fortnite. Rotate all the way around. He's got a hinge and a rotation at the elbow. He can't quite go 90 degree there. He's got at least a rotation at the wrist, and I think this one on the left has an up and down. Vertical, I think. But I can't quite see the hinge, so tell me in the comments what you know. And he's got a really awesome, I love how this one works. I love how this is built in, because you can rotate these figures really far around. They go really far. I like how the connection between the waist and the torso is on the Chicken Fried Toys figures. I think is great. The head is on a ball joint, goes all over the place. He can sit. He can do the splits almost for the most part. And I showed you all the rest. So that is his articulation. Let's plop his hat on here. All right, now he's taking a nap. Is it siesta nap? Yeah. Let's put his, we'll call them, a 6-shooter right there. I think it did that right. Let's put his arms in the... What in the world am I doing to this poor guy? This fella here. Let's slide that in. So that's how he looks. I mean, this is geared up for him. Yeah. That's geared up for this dude. And... oh yeah, by the way, there's only one hole on the bottom of the feet of these figures. And you may want to work this in just a little bit. And then he stands. And then we can pull out a gun. I don't know how many times I can say that word on YouTube before they decide to ding me and say I'm doing something, saying something wrong. Now, one thing I'm noticing is it is a little bit difficult to get the trigger finger into the trigger hole here. So I'm going to work on that for a second or two. And you may be able to follow what I'm doing, or you might not. But I've got to do what I can do from my vantage point So I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting the finger in there. But, you know, I'm still fine with that because I grew up with G.I. Joes and their fingers never went into a trigger, ever. And I grew up and that was fine and made my laugh happy. So anyway, let's give him a beauty pose, you know, strike a pose, Wild Bill. And this is not G.I. Joe Wild Bill, this is an entirely different character. Just in case this dude looked like the Dragonfly pilot. I mean, he isn't, but yeah, he could be, I suppose. And you got his rope. Anyway, this is Wild Bill. I think he's pretty cool, and I love this gold. I really do. I actually have totally fallen in love with the gold. I was not going to buy the gold figures from Fresh Monkey Fiction for Eagle Force, but good golly, I think I'm sunk into this now. I think I want some more of these gold figures. And just on a side note, as we wrap this up, I think this gold is actually a lot better than the gold Fortnite figures, which I don't have handy. I don't have them here to compare with. I'll have to do a gold comparison. Hey, some gold fell off. Now I'm disappointed. But I'll have to do a comparison of gold action figures someday in the future. This guy rocks. He's pretty cool. I don't remember how much he was. Like 32 bucks, maybe 34. Big Bad Toy Store is where I got him. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.